Hey, I'm back again with another video. A couple days ago, I found out that there is another Fallout being made. It is confirmed, it is actually official. They have a trailer. You can look it up on YouTube, type in Fallout 5 or Fallout 2018. One of those things, I think that'll work. But from what I've seen in this 2 minute 30-second trailer, I want to say 2 minute 30, is that it's in Seattle, Washington, and one of the icons, the iconic landmarks. That's what I mean. The iconic landmarks is the Space Needle, so that's gonna be a big thing in there. There was also a locomotive, a train. Can't talk right now, but there was a train, so that might be something that's in there still. What actually surprised me a bit, now, yes, this was a first time trailer, so we're probably going to see more, hopefully, this upcoming E3, which is next month. So close. Can just taste it. But, hopefully there's some more details. But, like I was saying, from the trailer, it was very dark. And I don't mean lighting wise. Yes, it was actually dark lighting wise as well, but the feel of it, the atmosphere, it seemed darker, more alone in a sense. I mean, even the song at the beginning of the trailer was about being alone. So, I don't know if that's going to be setting a tone for how Fallout 5 is going to be. We don't know if it's officially going to be called Fallout 5 or if it's going to be Fallout New Seattle or something like that. Because from all I know right now is that there's a new Fallout in the works. I don't know if it's done by Bethesda or if it's done by the people who did Fallout New Vegas. So that being said, this is also a video on the wish list, some do's and don'ts, things I'd like to see, things I'd like to see changed, and I can probably safely say a lot of people want some of these things changed as well. To start out, the graphics. The graphics were crap, to say the least. Yes, it was a huge open world, but that's no excuse. There are big open world games, and they've had better graphics, so that's not an excuse. And it was on Xbox One and PS4, so again, even less of an excuse. Current gen consoles. Yeesh. Now they have better graphics engines at their disposal, like Frostbite and the Frostbite engine or Unreal 5. So here's hoping they utilize those graphical engines, or at least something better than the one they had before. One second. A little parched here, sorry. So there's that. One thing I hope they do actually keep, the combat. I liked the fast-paced combat. I liked how you didn't completely stop time, in a sense, when you were in VATS, like in Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. I liked it because, to me, I played Fallout New Vegas, and I didn't hate it. It just wasn't really my thing. Some people love it, some people don't. I'm one of those that don't really love it. But yes, how Fallout New Vegas handled some things was a lot better than how Fallout 4 handled some things. We'll get into that in a little bit. But the combat, it was fast-paced, but manageable. It wasn't crazy over the top, but it was a lot more fast-paced than Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas seemed a little bit more methodical and stuff like that, but this was a lot more fast-paced and a little bit more realistic, in my opinion, because in real life, you don't stop time and you can't freeze things just to select what body part you want to pick apart. It's like, oh, deet, 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 headshot, 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 boom, 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 Now, yeah, that looks pretty cool after everything is said and done, but it's still not realistic. And yes, it is a video game based in a post apocalyptic nuclear fallout wasteland, but there are still some realism in there. Like, there's gravity, of course, there's falling damage, and there's bullet velocity, there's bullet drop, all that jazz. So there are some things, like if you're in radiation too long, you get radiation sickness. You don't just stand there and be like, doo 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 doo. So there are some realistic things in a game like Fallout. So it was nice. So I hope they keep that. Character creation. It was really nice. However, face only? I mean, I know that's kind of been their thing. But take some cues from some modders. Body sliders, okay? Yes, I know it would be toned down because the base game, you don't want to have all these crazy, like, super gigantic heads or tiny, tiny, tiny heads or whatever. You know, people would get creative with that. I mean, creative. But you know what I mean. Some sliders, you know? Like, I don't know, do we want to... Yes, they had sliders in Skyrim, but they were basic. And yes, how they handled it in Fallout was it was okay, but it was actually less control. It's like you had to get it in that triangle, if I remember correctly, and to go to this angle. If you went down this way, it was And the height, though, the height of the character was always the same. You couldn't have a shorter character. You couldn't have a taller character. I'm not talking like freaking Yao Ming tall, like 7'5". No, you just the same height. The female character was always the same height. The male character was always the same height. So, like I said, sliders, can determine height, weight, and all that stuff. So there's some that. What else? New enemy types. Fleas. And by that, I was like, I know we're going to see super mutants. I know we're going to see rad roaches and all the classical enemies, like death claws and things like that. But maybe, I don't know, add some things. Because Far Harbor, there were some different creatures in there. But yes, that was Far Harbor. And it was all like sea-ish creatures and blah, blah, blah. But new creatures, some endemic to the area of Seattle or something like that. Or just a new breed like the Deathclaw, something new. It would be interesting. If it is in Seattle, some new factions, please. Because I'm only speaking for myself right now, but I am sick of the Minutemen. Thoroughly sick of the Minutemen. And the Railroad. I'm sick of them both. The Brotherhood of Steel and the Institute kind of follow shortly after, but they're not as bad. But my God, Preston Garvey. Oh, another settlement needs your help. Another settlement needs your help. Shut up. But no. And what it felt like to me in Fallout 4 was it relied a little too much on that settlement building aspect. I mean, yeah, you didn't have to do all that stuff, but it's like, you kind of felt forced into it a tiny bit. It wasn't all like in your face, like you must do this, but it's like, if you want your settlements to be happy, you gotta do this, yada yada, so on and so forth. Build defenses, food. Yes, we get that. You're trying to survive and rebuild the Commonwealth, but let's tone that down maybe in the next one. Yes, I know a lot of people loved that aspect, so much so you made, I don't know, 2 or 3 DLCs for it. Just that aspect alone. Again, that's my opinion. Some people loved that part. It's whatever. I didn't hate it. I liked how they handled, the actual building part, the materials and all that stuff, building homes and things like that. That was nice to have a home base to return to. So, yes, if that does return, okay, so be it. I don't mind that. However, the importance of it, dim it down. Again, I say, please, for the love of God, no freaking Minutemen. Oh my God, I know that was probably more of like a Massachusetts thing because the Boston in the Civil War and all that historical stuff. I get it, but please, 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 don't bring them back. God, no. And that leads me on to the next thing. Followers. Followers were a dime a dozen in Fallout 4, and that was cool. You had Preston Garvey. Ugh, not like Preston. That's me. You had Piper. You had, God, I want to say Caitlin, Katie, Carrie, the one you meet at the fighting ring. It's been a while since I played it. You have Paladin Danse. You have these super mutants. You have Dog Meat. You have there's one guy you could find in Good Haven or whatever, Good View, the one run by a ghoul. You can find one there, I believe. There was Carrie, the one that was a robot, like your robot companion in the very beginning. Codsworth, like Codsworth, but a female version, who you get her relationship high enough, you actually help her become a synth. That was interesting. I liked that. However, what I did not like was the overabundance of having to worry about my actions with every single thing I did. Picked a lock. Oh, so-and-so really hated that. How am I going to scavenge around for things if I'm with somebody and they really freaking hated the fact that I picked a lock to get something out of a safe? Or if I accidentally killed a settler or civilian or whatever because they were annoying the shit out of me. Piper really hated that. Okay. But it was just kind of like nagging. It felt kind of nagging. It wasn't a horrible system. It just kind of, I don't know, some tweaking to it. You know, some changes here and there. Excuse me. But yes, followers, dime a dozen. That's awesome. Maybe even some more? Or the same amount, because there were plenty. There were plenty of followers in Fallout 4. However, if the tone of the game says anything, and we might not get as many as in Fallout 4, then I gotta say this. Please let them have a little bit more health. I remember Dog Meat. Yeah, he couldn't die. None of them could die, but it was kind of irritating having to run over all the freaking time. Stem back, stem back, stem back, stem back. You get what I mean. Just all the time. I loved using Dog Meat, but I just hated bringing him into firefights because it's like, he's got almost no health. And sure, you could put like little body armor stuff on like that, which was kind of cool. I like that. Please bring that back. That was a cool feature. Give him a little suit of Brotherhood of Steel body armor. That was cool. He looked like a little badass. But no, that was cool. But again, I would like to say, some more health. Like, yes, Paladin Danse was considered a tank until after he lost his power armor. Then he, was like everyone else. Not so tanky and... I wasn't expecting him to be a bullet sponge, but he kind of was in his power suit, his power armor. Then he was not in his power armor, and it's just like... What makes you so different, Danse? Oh yeah, when I get your max whatever, you do this. Yay! And yeah, it's nice to have them talk to them and get those little bonuses. It's nice. Which, again, on the subject of followers, The DLCs had one each. Far Harbors was. I get it. You were trying to stick with a fisherman's theme and all that stuff, but really? An old, grungy fisherman? I don't know about you. I brought him along. I felt kind of creeped out when you're like, talking all that stuff, and he's like, "Oh, oh God, oh God, there's an option to romance. Oh, oh my God, no." Now that's your thing. Whatever floats your boat. But me, it was just, whoa. It creeped me out. Okay, it creeped me out. It's like you're hitting on your grandpa. Even though your character was older than them, it just still, he looked like your grandpa. So I was like, oh God, no, grandpa, what are you saying? No, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back to your shack. No, grandpa, no, you've had too much to drink. You've had too much to drink. Go home. Go home. But I digress. Excuse me. Sorry. The one in Nuka World, that one was really cool. I liked him. He was good. He was well done. So that's that for followers. DLC. Something like Nuka World. That was really cool. Really fun. Pretty much my playthroughs, my essential constant blah. Following playthroughs after I got Nuka World pretty much was to get to Nuka World because that was the most fun out of all of them. Far Harbor was okay. It had some interesting uniques, I'll just say, but it felt like it was beating a dead horse with the whole synth thing. And that was the big deal in Fallout 4. Synth. Are you a synth? You a synth. Harrison. Do you like synths? Do you hate synths? Brotherhood of Steel. Kill the synths! Institute. Control the synths. Railroad. Save the synths! Minutemen just... we're just kind of over here surviving, I guess. They were the only one that didn't mention synths all the damn time. But that felt like I got beaten over the freaking horse, like a dead horse. Just that topic. Done. Oh my god. And yes, in Far Harbor, I like how they had if you brought Nick Valentine over with you as a follower, you had some unique dialogue. That was cool. I like that. Props for that. And I liked how they did that. Some followers had unique dialogue with other NPCs and things like that, so that was cool. It made it feel more realistic and fresh. That was nice. However, just Far Harbor from DLCs for me. I'm not talking about the settlement building ones. Those don't count. They didn't really have a story to them. It was Nuka World, Far Harbor, and then the Mechanist way down there. It was boring. That one was. The only good thing about the Mechanist was the Tesla arc weapon, if that's what it was called, but you know what I mean, the Tesla weapon, and the fact that you could build your own companions, and pretty much if you wanted to take that shot Fat Boys out, you could do that. That was pretty cool. I liked that. So, yeah. But besides that, it was still in the Commonwealth, and the Mechanist's armor was garbage. I know they were going for that whole comic book vibe when they made the armor, but still. Ugh. I sold that shit right away. It was decent for caps, I will say that. Especially if you had, perks and barter. But, more unique armor pieces, weapons, things like that. I found that a lot of the times I was finding weapons unique legendary weapons that were just kind of more the same. Find this sniper rifle with 10 times scope and 20% damage. Okay. But then there were the truly unique ones, and those were pretty cool. So it's like it was like polar opposites. They were either or it's really cool, but some more really cool ones. Not so many. I mean, I know for a fact that you can't make every single legendary weapon you get overly unique. I get that. It's just I don't know. Some of them just felt kind of blah and bland. The customization with weapons that was amazing. Vanilla game. For the vanilla game, it was a lot you could do. Modders took it to the next step. Now I know I can't expect the vanilla game to have that. Like that in depth right away. However, through like updates and things like that, I think that can be fixed. Now moving on to a very sore topic. A lot of people, including myself, do not appreciate the Creation Club. Yes, I know you don't have to use it, but it's there. Why is it there still? No one likes it. No one really uses it. And the last time I saw, the selection was garbage. The first time I logged on for the creation kit, the first time I logged back on to Skyrim and saw after the creation kit was forcibly installed on my game, I was not a fan of that. It's part of the update. Could have done without that. That update caused my game to crash, by the way. Thanks a bunch. Rendering it unusable. Real fun there. But that's beside the point. It was the armored mud crab. Woo! Armored mud crab for $5. $5? For an armored mud crab? What? When I could just go to the freaking Nexus if I was on PC, or the Steam Workshop or whatever, or freaking the Bethesda approved mods for the Xbox One or PS4. Armored mud crab for free. Why the hell would I pay $5 for something I could get free? The Creation Club has got to go. It's got to go. It's stupid. And I can only speculate right now, but it's gonna cause some problems with the next Fallout. I hope it won't, but I think it might. In this era of greediness and skeevy business practices, Bethesda, please do not follow suit. No, they're not forcing anyone to buy these, but the fact that it's there. The fact that it's there. Now, if the mod authors get credit and get some form of payment from these mods, like say for example, Bethesda gets like 75%. Because, well, it's their assets and yada yada yada, that legal bullshit, whatever. If the mod author gets like 30% or whatever, 25 or something, whatever percentage, then okay, I get that. That's nice. That's helpful. Depending on the size of the mod. But if it's just Bethesda pocketing this stuff like little mini things of DLC, it's like, how is that any different from Call of Duty's supply drops? Or, well, I can't say Destiny 2's shaders because those are one-time uses. That's pretty shitty right there. But no, just anything that does that. The Call of Duty supply drops are the first thing that can come to mind. But any other game that does that kind of crap, how is it any different? It's not. No, you're not forced to do it, but it's there, so people will do it. Just take it out. Just take it out. Just take it out, period. Please. It does nothing but, honestly, it does nothing but hurt the game. Because mod authors, they have tons of creativity. It just feels like it's limiting, because what happens, what I'm worried about is the Creation Club will get all of these good mods that you have to essentially pay for extra to be in your game, while the free mods are going to be like weapon skins and tiny little additions to vanilla weapons, and oh hey, there's this super cool new follower that's not voiced and looks like a regular NPC with a few little tweaks. While the Creation Club gets this badass, brand new, awesome follower, better facial textures, better weapons, better all of this stuff for $7. You see where I'm going here? Oh, this brand new area, amazing graphics, visuals, and yada yada yada, $15. No. Just, again, like I said, take it out. That's a huge negative. But from what it sounds like is, so far as that's gonna be in there no matter what, because, well, everyone just wants their money these days. But, let me think what else. New factions. I think I might have already mentioned this, I might have not, but definitely some new factions. If it's in Seattle, I think that was the Capital Wasteland in Fallout 3. Might be Return to the Capital Wasteland or something like that. Return of those factions would be kind of cool. Maybe some new ones. The ability to start your own faction would actually be kind of interesting. Because, in a sense, in Nuka World, you did kind of do that. You started this gang of raiders. You know, they were already into 3 separate groups, but you kind of, quote, united them while offing one entire group, because just, you know, you had to do that. But in uniting them in a sense of faction. So that was pretty cool. If in Fallout 5 you had the ability to start your own faction and have like a faction builder, that would be pretty interesting. That would be actually something really fun, and I think that would probably catch on pretty quick. Now, yes, there would be the preset missions that they would have. I get that. It would be hard to have all these random missions for your faction to have. So I get that. But yeah, no, a faction builder would be interesting. And that's pretty much all I can think of right now. But wrapping it up in a sense is, I hope to see more of this, more actual Fallout 5 information come E3 or PAX East at least. Also, I hope to see this new Fallout before the end of the year. That would be pretty superb. A little postscript note. The reason why I think the new Fallout is coming out way before another Elder Scrolls is Elder Scrolls got such a huge reception and was met with outstanding reviews and all of that stuff, and it was considered one of the best fantasy RPGs of that year. And is still considered one of the best. One of, not the one of. Fallout 4, however, kind of got mixed reviews. A lot of people weren't too thrilled with it. Now, yes, some diehard fans were part of that reason. They weren't all thrilled. Like, oh, you strayed too far from the old ways. Oh well. You can't. You gotta break a few eggs. Big whoop. But a lot of other things caused some reviewers to just take a step back and be like, So that's why I think after 4 years, another Fallout is coming out instead of another Elder Scrolls to kind of make up for that, how it was, in a sense. At least that's what I'm hoping. Either way, sorry. I was just kidding me, my apologies. Hopefully, we'll see more information about this really soon. If you want to see the trailer for yourself, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's on YouTube. Hopefully it's still there. Don't know if they might have pulled it down or why, but just in case, I'd check as soon as you can. But as soon as I get more info, I will definitely be making another video about that to let anybody who watches this know about Fallout, the new Fallout. So, until next time.